Say, in this session, we learn about path length and displacement and how to calculate in one-dimensional motion. So you may remember what is called as frame of reference. Say, by that word, once you listen that, by this time, you must be able to get in your mind what is that. I hope many of you got it. Frame of reference is just a coordinate system with respect to which we observe the objects moving or at rest. That is, we study the objects with respect to that coordinate system. That is what we call as frame of reference. And now we are thinking of one-dimensional motion or motion on straight line. Therefore, our frame of reference may be x-axis, maybe y-axis, maybe z-axis. But for all the situations today, I think x-axis is our frame of reference. And on this side it is positive x. I take this as the origin. On this side it is negative x. And I mark distance also in, say for the time being, in kilometers to give you some examples. I mark the distances like this. This is -1, -2, -3. It goes like this. We continue with this. -4, -5, like that. That is on negative x-axis. Say, now we learn how to calculate displacement and path length. For that, I want you to think of this situation. Say, your house is at position 2. Position 2 on this x coordinate. This is your house. I write it as H. Next, your college, say our college, Maharshi College, is somewhere here at 4. I write M, Maharshi College. And then your friend's house is at, say, -3. This is your friend's house. I write FH. With this, we learn how to calculate displacement and path length. Say, one fine day, you start from your house in the early morning to reach the college, but your plan is to go to your friend's house and pick him from there to go back to your college. That is Maharshi College now. How do we do this? Say, what is the displacement now? What is the path length now to be calculated? We calculate it in few segments like this. Say, I want you to learn what is the displacement and path length for journey from your house, say H to friend's house. Say, first part we are taking for the journey from house to friend's house. What is the displacement and path length? Say, displacement is always change in position, that I denote by delta x, and it is written as final position xf minus initial position xi. Final position xf, in this case, house to friend's house, say friend's house is the final position, that is -3. Let me write it as -3. And initial position, your house, say at +2. So -5. Observe, now what we got as -5 is the displacement. And observe, displacement is, we are getting negative sign. Why negative? You must know one thing here. Vectors can have both positive, negative and zero value. Scalars cannot have negative values. So here, this itself tells us displacement is -5. What do you mean by that? Is in reality, you are moving in the negative x direction. That minus sign shows displacement is in the negative x direction. So that is the displacement. We go for the path length. For the same situation, house to friend's house, path length. What is the path length for this? Say, path length, remember, it is a scalar. It is having only magnitude, it cannot be negative. So I just count literally how many kilometers are there. Say house to friend's house. 1 kilometer, 2 to 1, 2 kilometer, 1 to 0, 3 kilometer, 0 to -1, -1 to -2, 4 kilometer, -2 to -3, 5 kilometers. So path length is 5 kilometer. There's no formula for this. Just literally count how many kilometers between them. This is path length. Observe, it cannot be negative. It's only the distance between them. So this is one situation. Now, I want you to think of, for this journey, displacement and path length for the journey, house to college. Your journey, house to college. That is M. Say we write MC, your college name. Then, what is the displacement? We do that. I write again, I write instead of that complete word, now I write delta x. Since you are living in the world of mobile phones and smartphones, you are all doing shortcut SMS. Instead of typing YOU, you just type U only, English alphabet. Like that, let me be short in writing. Let me not write complete displacement. Say I use delta x there. And with that, for house to college, house to college. First, again, XF minus XC. Say XI. What is XF? Final position, college, 4. I write, plus 4. XI, initial position, house. Let's not bother about how you traveled. Initial position is your house, so -2. It is 2 kilometer if you are written it in kilometer, let us take. So displacement is 2 for house to college. Now what is the path length? We write path length. We write the path length. What is the path length? Just observe. We have to count literally how many kilometers are there. House to college. First you started from your house towards your friend's house. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you return back like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So path length is 12 kilometers, number 12 there, because actually you traveled 12 kilometers. How? Let me count it once again. House, say we are taking a situation, house to college. That means first you start from your house, you go to friend's house, there you pick him up and then come back to college. That means 1, we have to count literally how many kilometers you traveled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the return journey, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So your path length is 12 kilometers. That means you traveled altogether 12 kilometer distance. But displacement is only 2. Now, an astonishing thing will be there in the next case. We think of, while you come back to your house in the evening after finishing off the college, house to house. House to house. Can somebody guess what is the displacement? Say you start from the house in the early morning, you come back in the afternoon. What is the displacement for that? Final position minus initial position, XF minus XI. What is your final position? Final position, house itself. So it is there 2. And initial position, again house, 2. So it is 0. Observe, displacement now 0 because initial and final positions are 0. Observe in 3 examples. In the first part, displacement negative. In the second part, displacement positive. In the third part, displacement 0. That's why we say vectors can take both negative, positive or 0. Once this is the thing, what about the path length? We count it now. I hope by this time you are well versed to count how many kilometers we have to travel. So we think of, say just now in the previous thing we counted that house to friend's house and back to college is 12. Now we count 2 more. Once you leave the college, go back to house means 12, 13, 14. So your path length is 14 now for house to house journey. That means displacement is 0, path length is 14. So with this idea, now you learnt how to calculate displacement, how to calculate path length. Path length actually you are supposed to really count how many kilometers or how much distance you traveled. But displacement is not like that. It is just subtraction of final position minus initial position. So this are all the things. And one more thing what you must learn here is displacement when it is in the negative x direction is negative. When it is in the positive x direction it is positive. When initial and final positions combine, it is 0. That is they are one and the same. That is 0. If you have learned this now, we continue for the next thing. Last bit, I will give you a question. There I conclude this part. Say, that question is like this. You just imagine yourself riding your bicycle on a circular track. Say, it's a big circular track. We imagine this is a big circular track of radius 10 meters. And you are at A in the beginning. Say, once you are at A, you come over to B, passing through 1/4 of the circumference, and then to C, completing the half of the circumference on the circular track, and completing the 3/4, you will come to D, finally you come back to A. The radius is given to be 10 meters. It's a beautiful question to make you to think, make you to apply what you learned just now. I want you to get me the displacement and path length when you move from A to B. When you move from A to B, you have to get me delta x and path length. First question. In the second question, when you move to D, say from A, B, C, you move on to D. What is the path length and displacement you have to? By the next session, you please just do that problem. And it's a nice problem. If you can do that, if you have understood path length and displacement calculation. And also remember, it requires your basic geometry idea. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve this. But geometry is not very tricky there, very simple. What you must know to take up the science class.